What's happening, everyone? Nicky Hawkins here, West Ham Fan TV. The morning after, the game before, and look at my face, man. I'm smiling. Huge win yesterday against one of the people around us, and forget fourth. That puts us in the hunt for third. We got a chance next week, Newcastle, with Leicester playing in the FA Cup, of nicking that third position, and there's nothing that anyone can do about it. And listen. First of all, we've got to cut out the mistakes. That's one thing I would say. We've got to cut out the mistakes. We've got to stop taking these huge leads and, giving away goals. But I'm not going to worry about that right now at this point of the season. The points on the board is what matters. Fact of the matter is this, and this is going to be quite damning to the other people in the league, because nobody wants us there. Nobody wants us to succeed. Everyone thinks the wheels are going to fall off, including ourselves, and rightly so as well, because we're so used to it. But with Lingard driving, we've lost the spine of our team, and we've picked up 7 points out of the last 3 games. So Wolves, Arsenal, which was disappointing to get a point out of Arsenal because we were so far ahead, and Wolves, Arsenal and Leicester. All teams up there, all teams in the past that we've struggled against, and we picked up 7 points, and the boys just keep on. It's not even about, I said this yesterday, 15-16 was about Dimitri Payet. Dimitri Payet didn't play, we struggled to pick up points and that. This team, he's rolling up their sleeves and getting the job done. Jesse Lingard has been an absolute revelation. The only thing I worry about Jesse Lingard is surely he cannot sustain this kind of form, because he's going to be, I suppose he's going to be thinking about the Euros. He's going to be thinking about getting himself back in that starting lineup. He hasn't been in the England squad for so long, and at the moment, he's the form. He's got to be the man on the plane and on the pitch when it comes to the Euros. So he's going to have that in the back of his mind. Hopefully he can sustain this. 8 goals in 9 games is probably the best return that we've ever seen out of any player in the Premier League, let alone a midfielder. So that there's a positive there. But losing our spine, Rice was the big one for me. I thought, how are we gonna cope and all that. Noble, not quite the player he was. But he's stepped up massively. We lost a couple more through injury, including Noble yesterday, but we clung on to them points. But as I say, patched up team or not, we can go ahead into these games now. I wouldn't say positive that we're going to get a result, but hopeful that we're going to get results. There's a big test coming up in Chelsea. Everton are going to be right up our arses if they get their 2 games in hand. And people keep talking about games in hand, but games in hand are not points on the board. And we've all seen the likes of Everton slip up, and we see Chelsea slip up last week. The fact of the matter is this: if we lose out in Champions League now, it's our own fault. It's in our own hands. No matter what anybody can do now, it's us that can cost ourselves Champions League. But let's not even think about Champions League. Every 3 points that we get is 3 points towards European competition. And that's what we want to be playing next year. Listen, we have no ambition of European competition at the start of this league. I think I said we was going to become 8th. We sit 4th. 7 games to go. Newcastle next week, a huge opportunity. They're going to be scrapping for their lives, so don't take them for granted. But the way we've been playing, we've got the players, we've got the tools. Ogbonna should be back next week. But we've got everything in our locker to beat them and go third in the Premier League with 6 games to go. We ain't got to look over our shoulders. Just concentrate on the task ahead. And if we do what we got to do, this is crazy, but we will be a Champions League side come the end of the season. But long way to go yet. 7 games is 7 games. Form can turn around and bite you in the arse so quickly. But Jesse Lingard he's drifting this team towards Champions League qualification, and that means we've got a better chance of keeping him. We've got a better chance of securing some bag for. Jesse Lingard is delivering more consistently than Postman Pat at the moment, and that's saying something. But listen, just keep on doing what we're doing. As we said last week, 8 cup finals. This is now 7 cup finals, including Chelsea, including Everton, which will be massive points. But it's just good to walk into work, being able to puff your chest out. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for joining me. One thing left to say, come on, you irons.